Who are you fooling? You're caught in a complex catacomb of your own inadequacies and pitiful weaknesses.
Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where all friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. This is Sabbath Sunday. I'm your host, Jason. With me is Tim.
Praise Iomi.
And wow, Bill.
This is going to be a rough one.
And today we're talking Forbidden. These are our current rankings. We all have different number ones. Now, last week, I gave Bill the homework of re-listening to Volume 4. Since he has it down in 8th place.
Yes, I did. And I listened to it. And I listened to some of the other albums I have between 5th and 10th place as well. Which is why I am going to pull a mulligan.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. And I'm going to move it to 9th and move Eternal Idol up one spot.
Oh, my God.
Because I heard Eternal Idol right after Volume 4. I'm like, holy shit, nope, this one's better. Like,
Bill, you've never done cocaine, have you?
no.
Is that Volume 4's issue? Is it just too coked out?
Maybe.
Man, the
color
Snowblind, man, that rip is too good.
Color Code's gonna tell all. Trust me. But like, I didn't realize I had Eternal Idol too low until after that.
I mean, as an
Have
Eternal
you heard
Idol fan, I can
fucking
get behind
Wheels
that,
of Confusion? Are you fucking kidding me?
I listened to the album again today.
You're fucking...
The color code will tell all.
I don't give a shit about the color code, dude. Your rankings are fucking wrong. So wrong. So wrong. I can't even...
I mean, otherwise, they're pretty on point. But Volume 4 is grossly out of place.
So out of place. So fucking wrong. But whatever.
Rocket to Rush.
But I'm here for it. You do you, Bill.
Yeah, you do you.
I'm here for it. We'll leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide. And let us know down below.
Let us know down below. Look at Bill's rankings real quick.
Tomorrow's Dream? Laguna Sunrise? St. Vitus's Dance?
Snowblind.
All good.
Snowblind.
Yeah.
Under the Sun?
Well, Bill, why don't you kick us off with your fucking excellent rankings? Kick us off with Forbidden. What did you think of Forbidden? This is the tier lineup.
Yeah. Well, it's not actually. We have a different bass player. This is the first time Neil Murray comes in on bass.
Well, who would have told that?
Yeah, but otherwise, yes, you got Tony Martin and Cozy Powell in the vocals and the drums, the front and the back, respectively. It's interesting at this point. And I mean, we've had a decade of dealing with this, right? But every time Geezer is not on an album, it's who's playing bass.
Well, you could say that. I mean, Geezer played bass on the last album, and it was kind of like,
But it was a dramatic departure from, a few of the other albums where like
the bass was not the issue.
That was Geezer cashing a paycheck right there. That's all that was. That was Geezer.
It was also coming off the Dio year that they did, and so like him and Tony are getting along. Obviously, cross purposes didn't work, even with Geezer. And I mean, so in 1994, 93, whenever it is that they start like putting together the framework for this album, I mean, it's hard to talk about this album.
Well, let Bill go.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. I mean, no, it's important we all talk about some stuff first.
Oh, we're gonna talk
Yeah,
about it. We're
I
gonna
trying to
talk
mean,
give some
about it.
there's
context.
yeah, we're starting with the illusion of power. My notes were, was this their Def Leppard tribute? Ice-T did not help this song one bit. I listen, I'm like, oh shit. I hope to God we recover from this. Jason.
Oh, we doing a three-way? You want to do a three-way?
Oh, yeah, let's do a
Oh, I thought we were
three-way.
doing back and forth. We can do a three-way if we
Well,
want.
my back and forth was with Tim, but if you want to go, if you got notes all the way
no, I
down.
mean I could run through all mine otherwise.
No,
Yeah,
no,
let's
no,
do
no. If you got
it. We'll
notes
do
for all,
it.
let's
Or
go
we can
back
do
and
three-way.
forth. Let's
We can do
just
three-way.
run it. Bill starts
All right.
it. I'll go next, and then Tim.
Tim,
Sure,
bring it home.
let's run it.
My notes for the Illusion of Power. I thought I put the wrong album on as Enter Sandman from Metallica started playing. Once that is over, we get that Sabbath Doom. When Tony's first line came out, he just cemented himself below Dio for me. Aerosmith and Run DMC, that shit worked. Sabbath and Ice-T, thumbs down. Just no.
Yeah, so the couple things I really wanted to mention about this album before I get into my critique of it. Because, I mean,
Sure.
obviously we're at the bottom of the barrel here. But are we?
Well,
And, the vinyl version I have is the same one you guys heard, which is the new 2024 remix by Tony Iommi.
okay.
So I totally respect what Tony's doing with this remix here, especially in today's, modern world, postmodern world. And, you know, knowing that these reissues were going to come out and was kind of the impetus for us doing Sabbath Sundays was that I went back and really got into the Tony Martin years. And I think of all the all the remasters are fine. In many cases, though, the originals have something better to offer. And I think in this case, Ernie C. from Body Count was chosen to produce this album to give Sabbath that kick in the ass to bring them into the modern world. And if you're watching our TV show, go back and watch our '90s series. That first Body Count album made the grinder, I believe,
Yep. I
because
mean that.
Ernie C knows his production. Like
Yeah.
Ernie C is great. Ernie C is not the problem with this album, even though Ernie C and therefore vicariously Ice-T have been blamed for all the problems of this album for over the years.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It is
That's
fucked
not
up.
the issue.
That's not the
It's not.
issue. That's
I'm so glad you guys are on the same point as me. Okay, yeah, because uh, for decades since '95, when I was a full blown, I was a professional drummer at that point, paying attention to the fucking music industry, and I knew who Black Sabbath were, and nobody paid attention to this album. This album disappeared without a trace. But in my old age and in my pursuit of actual knowledge of shit. And I love that first Body Count album. And I actually know enough about production now to know what Ernie C brought to this album. And he was clearly brought in by the Sabbath team. They did choose him. So for them to have disowned Ernie C and vicariously Ice-T over the years, I think is a travesty. And I just want to throw that out before my notes for Illusion of Power, which Tony Martin's vocals do not work for me here. Ice-T, it's just there. Like at the Illusion of Power, I think musically is okay, but vocally makes it kind of forgettable. Get a grip.
Grip. Iommi was all right, but the only redeeming quality on this song.
Get a grip.
Sometimes that's all you can ask for, right?
I've come to expect more though. Like,
Speaking of Aerosmith, 1993's Get a Grip.
Oh, the get a grip. Yeah. Yeah.
This is just dumb. I hate everything about this song.
My notes literally say great riff, great chorus, great hook. I'm here for it.
I'll get to some riffs.
can't get close enough. This reminds me of some generic 80s rock B-side deal album, maybe?
Can't get enough. Now we are doing 95 post grunge. It does have a pretty sweet riff in it, though. Not gonna lie.
Terrible. One of the worst songs to come out under the Black Sabbath name.
Shit.
So cheesy. Might be the worst in the discography.
Oh, we'll get there.
Well, I think we just
Well,
did, but if you got one.
Shaking Off the Chains sounds like a bad hair metal ballad.
My notes.
Yeah.
Oh, keep going. You got more?
Well, I said at least the 90s was the best part. Afterwards, yeah.
My notes say, what year did Undertow come out?
92? Or 93? It was before this.
Yeah.
Before this.
Yeah,
before this.
Before this.
Oh, I won't cry for you.
Oh, hold on. Let me
boy.
get shaking off the chains real quick since we're doing a three-way.
Yeah, we're doing a three-way. This is a new territory.
So, yeah, shaking off the chains. It's a little herky-jerky with the vocals in the beginning. But once the song settles in, this thing is a complete banger. Like, this thing, by the end of it, rips. And I love the songwriting of it. And, yeah, I mean, one of the highlights of the album.
Why can't we all be sober?
For Guilty as Hell, my note was Iommi sounds bored.
Whoa, what happened? What happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I skip I Won't Cry
Is
for
this your
You?
first three-way, Bill?
Yeah. Oh, no, you didn't go. All right.
Yeah, I won't cry
Everyone's
for you,
gonna have
Bill.
the first time at some point.
That's right. One at a time. That's
It's a
all
little confusing in the beginning, you know.
Right. But one at a time, and you get it all done.
Yeah.
No, my bad.
I won't cry for you, Bill.
Oh, I Won't Cry for You? Okay. Wait, I already talked about it, didn't I?
No.
That's what
I
we're
did.
waiting
That's
on.
where we're at.
I Won't Cry for You. I said sounds like a bad hair metal ballad. At least the 90s was the best part.
That's what you said about shaking off the chains.
I
That's
said this reminds
literally
me
what you said
for
about
shaking off
shaking
the
off the
chains.
chains.
This reminds me of some generic 80s rock deal. Did I screw?
Yeah, you fucked your own
I'm
nuts
off
up.
by one. Oh my gosh. Can't get close enough. I said the vocal and instrument mix is not what I want at all. Vocal delivery hurt me. Okay.
This is what you get with a live, not a live, but a drunken, unscripted show. You get what you get.
This is a long discography. We can all agree. I think we're towards the bottom. It kind of is the argument, right?
I mean, half of this it's all kind of mixes together at this point.
Let me say my notes for I Won't Cry for You.
And then I'll say mine, and then we'll go back to a three-way.
Okay, yeah. Well, I agree. I kind of agree with Bill. Oh my God, did they really throw an 80s ballad on this motherfucker? Please let this song go somewhere else, anywhere else. 2 minutes in, things aren't looking good, boys. 3 minutes, 30 seconds, there it is, that soaring Def Leppard chorus. What the hell is this album?
And my notes aren't that far off either. It's about 7 years too late, and it kind of touches upon a theme that we've talked about for the last couple Tony Martin albums. Where, like, in and of itself, the song is pretty good, but when you realize what time it was released, it's 5 to 7 years too late.
And it's Black Sabbath.
Yeah, you're right. Who should be pushing the envelope.
We'll get to there.
But
We'll get
instead
to
here they're
that.
chasing an envelope that we've already closed, stamped, licked, mailed, opened, read, recycled, and responded to.
I think we're gonna fall in line on that one. All right,
Yeah.
Bill.
Yeah, I'm with you
Guilty
there.
as hell.
Guilty as hell. Okay. Yes, it's that one. I'm back on track. All right. Naomi sounds bored. It just sounds unimaginative for him as the guitar sounds kind of lazy.
All right. Now we are back to the 90s alt rock. The shit TK101 would play at noon. That was Black Sabbath with Guilty as Hell. Up next, the new wave of British hard rock, Bush with Everything's In.
Oh man, it's tough for me to come up with after that. Damn.
I had good notes.
Yeah, you got good notes. I mean, Guilty Hell, it's a great riff. Wyoming saves it, but everything you guys have said is I agree with. It does sound lazy. It does sound generic. But for this album, it's one of the highlights.
Oh, no. We'll get to the highlight. We ain't made it to the highlight yet.
We have not made it to the highlight. You are correct.
Well, I would say
as far as like a side A is gone, right?
Yeah, side A is done.
Guilty as Hell start side B, and that's a strong start to side B.
Well, let's
for
see.
this album.
After a disappointing side A.
It's Bill's turn. Bill, Guilty as Hell. Or sorry.
I mean, that's like getting a cup of soup after a sad salad. Like, as long as it's got some salt in it, you're happy.
Right?
Hold
little
up.
like a Caesar dressing.
Yeah.
Hold up, Bill. No. Come on. Lay it on. Sick and tired.
Sick and tired. All I wrote for that one, it's all right, but not crazy. I don't know what I want at this point.
All right. This is going to be a hot take. Sick and tired. Some weird country bar blues, hard blues banger that I actually really liked. It's not a good Black Sabbath song, but it's a damn good song on its own. By any other band, that's a good fucking song. That fucking solo, screw it, top song contender.
Yeah, I'm kind of in between. Classic Doom Sabbath blues. Could have been on Seven Star. Could have been on Eternal Idol. It's just it's a take it or leave it track for me. And because it's Iommi, I'll take it.
I'll give him Sick and Tired. I'll give him that was a damn good song. All right, Rusty Angels.
Rusty Angels. Everything I am not a fan of for 80s and 90s rock is epitomized in this song. From the guitar to the mix to the beat, the flow of the vocals. This is everything I do not like about 80s and 90s rock.
Rusty Angels. This one reminded me of a late 80s, early 90s TV sitcom theme song.
I'm not far off. Another one that feels like it belongs in 1989.
Yeah.
But it's a grower. And might be the best song on the album. Like, it might be everything that was good about Power Ballads.
With that fucking, like, Family Matters Full House type flair to it. Like,
Right, but it's Black Sabbath.
Right. That's just weird. That's just weird.
Definitely a grower. The more I've heard it, the more I like it.
Yeah, I could see. I could see
Yeah.
Rusty Angels being okay. It is okay. All right,
Forbidden, I said it was the best guitar work on the album potentially, but it was still nothing new for Black Sabbath.
My
That
notes.
was my highlight aside from the bonus track.
This is like Get a Grip. It's just bad. All around bad. Even the riffs are pretty bland and boring. Super predictable by the number song. Like, this is not Tony
I mean, it's a little
Iommi.
right. It's a little doomy, but it's not quite. It's still a little poppy as well. The riff is pretty good. Like, obviously Iommi's got better. Um, if this was on Seventh Star, that album would be a lot better.
Oh,
I could get down with that.
maybe.
Then again, that is a
But it very much
low
reminds me of Seventh
bar.
Star, but better. Yeah, exactly. We're scraping the bottom here.
We're,
This is,
we're grasping at straws
Yeah,
that are
and you can hear
lubricated
it.
and mounted to the wall.
yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
because Iommi's there, will I listen to this over 80% of anything else? Yeah,
And 90
100%.
and 95, no. No.
But yeah, not
Iommi's
95. And and even it's not a top song contender, you know?
no. Yeah, this is 95 is this is not Dehumanizer at all.
Right, right.
Not even close.
And so at this point, we really got to talk. I hate to derail the episode for a second, right as we're at the last couple songs. But at this point in the album, we really got to look at what Iommi's been doing. Because, when Dio and Geezer show up, the riffs are fucking great. But when he's just got a bunch of jerk-offs hanging out in the room,
What,
he just
Tony
throws
Martin?
them whatever, right? No, Tony Iommi.
No, well, yeah, but Tony Martin's in here. Is he a jerk off?
I still maintain that Tony Martin is sufficient. He does a really good job at what's asked of him. He's able to cover the Dio years and the Ozzy years and create his own path. Do I think this is the best Tony Martin album? No. I don't think
Not
it's the
even
worst
close.
either.
There's not even touched
You know?
here.
Right. As far as Tony Martin goes, he's an
This is also like Tony Martin after he got kicked off or he got pulled back. Like he got kicked out for Dio. And
right.
Dio
And
was
then,
a little bitch.
And then sheepishly came back for a couple albums.
Yeah. I mean, I could
Yeah.
see him being like, fuck you guys. I think he's just collecting a paycheck. At this point.
Plus, he's gone on record, kind of being against Ernie C. coming into the picture. Kind of perpetuating that, this is Sabbath rap. This is rap Sabbath, which is definitely not.
No, it's not. There's
No,
one
not even
song,
close.
and even Ice-T wasn't utilized to the best of his
Yeah, right.
abilities.
He's noticeable at best.
Yeah. That's some racist shit. All right, Bill. Bill, Kiss of Death.
Kiss of Death. The crescendo was the best part of this song. It reminded me of Dokken or White Lion or some other band of that nature. It felt
Dangerous
like an appropriate,
Toys.
felt like an
What was it?
appropriate closer
Naughty,
to this album.
naughty.
I can see that. Because album ends on a very long 6-minute snooze fest. Take a 6-minute song from any of the early albums. And how many times do those songs change? Kiss of Death just repeats the same few parts over and over for 4 minutes. Then it swaps. Even the hard fast part gets monotonous. it's in the running for the top 3 worst Sabbath closers.
Yeah, see, and I'm on the opposite page for Kiss of Death. Serious grower. The drum part on this song might be the best Cozy Powell performance in Black Sabbath. And this is what, his 4th album, 5th album? The drums on Kiss of Death and the way they relate to Tony's guitar. Uh,
Well, I mean, we've
I
been
can listen to that
conditioned.
shit all day long.
We've
Like,
been
it's
conditioned to listen to Tony Iommi as Black
right.
Sabbath. Like, he's the only constant, and like he does not
And so
deliver on
maybe
this
it's
record.
just a drummer thing, but the way Cozy Powell is playing, the parts he's playing and how he's playing it, like Kiss of Death, I can personally can listen to for the rest of my life. I love top song contender in this entire discography. It's that good. No, I agree with you. Yeah, it's fucking, it's Tony Martin Sabbath on Forbidden. It's not the best Sabbath. But that drum performance and the way they've arranged that song, I think, is the culmination of a couple different eras here at this point.
I'm so glad
That
I ain't got to guess this motherfucker.
Kiss of Death rips. I can get behind that one.
Okay.
Best song on the album.
I'll even
Best song on the album.
I'll throw Bill a bone here. I'll read my final notes.
Well, we're going to talk about Loser Gets It All.
I'll talk about Loser Gets It
I'll
All.
talk about it because actually, I would say my note was this would have been the best song on the album.
It would have been if it was not the bonus track. Yeah, it's a great
Like
song. Great
I
riff.
only actually cared about it. The vocals weren't overbearing. I thought it was done phenomenally. Like that, by far, was the best song on the album, and potential
And
top
it's
song
easily
contender.
my favorite
Nah.
track from these Tony Martin reissues. That was
Yeah.
great.
Okay, well, I actually did my homework on this one, and I listened to Loser Gets It All, because y'all said that same shit about Cross Purposes in that fucking bonus song. So I said, you know what? I'm going to listen to Loser Gets It All. And my notes say it's just another 90s mid-tempo alt-rocker, not unlike Poison's late 90s output.
Well, and I think that's an interesting
There's
viewpoint.
nothing there.
Because that is the viewpoint most of the public took this album in '95, me included. Over the years, I've gone back to this and kind of learned to appreciate it through the original mix. Which I do prefer over this Iommi mix. Of all of these Iommi remixes of the Tony Martin albums, I think this one's the worst remix. Like, it's still like it's fine, but this is the one I really prefer the original mix to. Ernie C got done wrong on this album. Go back and listen to that first Body Count album.
Be that as it may, I just don't think this album as a whole stands up to what I've been endured to listen to for the last 6 months.
And universally, this is considered the worst.
I mean,
like, there's a reason why they don't put out another album for 20 years. I grew up. This was the last Black Sabbath album, and they went out on a whimper.
Yes, they did.
Now, that being said, there's a couple points on this album, though. Like, okay, that's cool.
I will agree, there are a good couple points.
But yeah, when you look at this discography at this point, which was 25 years old, Tony Iommi's been the only original member since '83, and even then, Geezer's only showed up once for what ends up being the worst of the Tony Martin album years.
Well, yeah, that's a fair statement. We all have that motherfucker sitting at number 17.
Yeah, I mean,
This is going to be an interesting ranking here, I think.
I think so. Who's got the dot?
Bill has the dot.
Ah,
Shit.
good.
Oh, that means I got heaven and hell, though. Fuck. And Tim's got Ozzy coming
I
back.
think Tim will have this one above 7-star. That's it.
I mean, it is above a 7-star, but I'm looking at pushing it a little further, honestly.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's not going to be above Technical Ecstasy.
No, it won't be that good. But where
And I
does
don't
it
think
fall in here?
I don't think it's above Mob Rules though either. So I think Mob Rules has a couple better riffs. I mean, I could be.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Right
Yeah,
there.
it
That's where
can't
I'm
be
gonna have it.
above Mob Rules.
Yeah, you're correct.
Oh, Jason. All right, I feel compelled to ask this because it's what we've been conditioned to ask. It is below Heaven and Hell, right?
No.
Oh my fucking god. Well, I mean, then it's got to be above Mob Rules then, because that's the other fucking Dio album.
I don't think it's. Yeah, I think it's right
No.
there at what 15. Because Eternal
Yes.
Idol rips.
Yeah.
It does. It's what is Heaven and Hell, but we can't.
Heaven and Hell's a piece of shit. Eternal Idol's better.
I mean, is it right there at 15 then?
It's right there. The reason it's above Heaven and Hell is because of Sick and Tired. That's a good fucking song. That's a good fucking song. There wasn't a good song on Heaven and Hell, so.
You're wrong there. Go back and listen to Die Young.
Oh, I'm going to go back and listen to it just so I can have a clear point of view for when we do our live stream of Blizzard of Oz versus Heaven and Hell. I will go back and listen to Heaven and Hell, and I'll listen to Blizzard of Oz. I see a clear
That's
winner
gonna be
here.
a fun conversation.
gonna be
Conversation. I can't look.
And
I
you
am
guys
looking
can
forward
join
to
the
it.
conversation April 7th.
Yeah,
Live streaming. Let us know in the comments.
should
Live
be any
chat
day
us.
now, right?
Should be
What
pretty
day is it,
fucking
man?
soon. Pretty fucking soon.
Yeah,
It's
Might
either
have
going to be
already
tomorrow
happened.
or last week.
Yeah, it might have already happened. I don't know. But whatever. I'll
Let us
listen
know
to
down
Heaven and Hell.
below. How did we fuck up?
I think Forbidden, it's got that one song. It's above Heaven and Hell. What about you, Bill? I'm sure it's not going to fall right behind or around Heaven and Hell at all for you.
No. Honestly, I'm going to put it right behind Born Again.
Right behind?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm giving this album. And that might even be too high for me.
Well, the color code will tell all.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny. I mean, I know we still got 2 more to go, so I don't want to like spoil anything. But looking at the bottom of this discography, Forbidden was definitely in the conversation, and it's interesting to me just on my own ranking how well it's done.
Well, yeah, I got the same ranking as you actually, but you have an Aussie album behind it, which is fucked up.
You have Heaven and Hell behind it that's just equally as fucked
Which
up.
is just as fucked up. Heaven and Hell and Headless Cross. But then
Headless
Bill,
Cross is a piece of shit, dude.
you got it right behind Born Again, which is kind of fucked up too. So
We all
we'll get
have
into
it
all that. We
behind
still got
Mob
2 more to
Rules.
go. Plus, we're going to hit a couple notable releases. So stick around.
And if you're curious why we have 2 more to go, it's because we are doing The Devil You Know, because
Nobody does it because it's not an official Black Sabbath. Like, but if we're gonna call Forbidden a Black Sabbath album, then Heaven and Hell is definitely a Black Sabbath album.
yeah,
The
I mean,
names
what?
are on the cover.
Yeah, you got Dio, you got Iommi, you got fucking Geezer, and you got Vinny.
And you got Vinny Appice. Like,
I
that's
mean,
Mob Rules. That's Sabbath to me.
that's just
That's
some
the Humanizer.
technical legal jargon that like stopped them from calling it Black Sabbath.
It's Sharon. It's Sharon and the Reunion. Because, I mean, obviously, Forbidden is the last album. And after this, we're going to talk about legacy stuff.
Well,
And
before we get to this, we're gonna do our next video for this discography is gonna be the reunion.
oh, we're doing it next?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
past
Oh,
lives.
yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So we're gonna talk about
That'll set us
those.
up.
We're not gonna rank them because they are live albums, but they are. We gotta talk about past lives.
You got to talk about these. Yeah.
So and then we'll get to Heaven and Hell, and then we'll get to the Dio years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
does that count as
And
an
then
album?
13. I was an album with 3 new tracks
no.
that actually.
Yeah, we don't count that. We'll talk about that with the Devil You Know.
We'll talk about it. It's a business thing that ended
Yeah.
up giving us this album. So,
And then we'll end on 13. And then we'll do our color code, which I don't want to go first on the color code because.
I'll go first on the color code, but top songs is really where I'm nervous.
Well, yeah, we got to figure out how many top songs we get. We'll let Bill,
I
our
got you.
mathematician, do that. So stick around for all of that goodness. Let us know down below. What do you think of Forbidden? Are we missing something? Is it your favorite Sabbath record?
It's a dash.
Is it better than Volume 4? Let us know down below. As always, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We need all the help we can get. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you motherfuckers that watch this Sabbath shit every week. Be safe.
I'm even wearing my Sabbath flannel.
I'm wearing a fucking Ice Cube shirt. He should have been on this album. Be safe. Make good decisions.
And then you go a little woo, and then a little whoop, 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 and then it's all, and then you're ready to go again.